Good morning. This is Carrick Williams, owner of Carrick Williams Photography LLC. We're located at 811 Hickory Glen Drive in Selmon, Florida, 33584. Before I go any farther, gotta just show you, gorgeous day out here, beautiful. Lord gave us, we really appreciate no rain right now. Assisting me on this job today is Mr. Shetland Joseph. Again, today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019. And our client today is Mears, M-E-A-R-S Group. Their Tampa office is at 6025 East Adamo Drive in Tampa, Florida. And their corporate office and the Tampa office will be listed on the screen. The project manager for this company and my main contact is Mr. Keith Niebaum, N-E-I-B-A-U-M. His phone number, email address, and complete contact information will be on the screen also. Today's project is a Tampa General Hospital refeed. The project number is 776-188-4741. There's no specific address for this project because we're going to do a route. We're going to drive a route. In that route we'll be providing the pre-existing conditions of the sidewalk, street area, and all surrounding areas in that route before the construction starts to show the pre-existing conditions. The route is going to start just south of the Leroy Selmon Interstate. This is the Leroy Selmon Interstate over my head right now. It's going to travel south through Hyde Park. It's going to include an east and west street, about 3 or 4 blocks of a street called West De Leon Street. We're going to then continue south over the bridge to Davis Island, merging into and continuing south onto Davis Island Boulevard. The route then continues south and veers left onto Davis Island Boulevard, East Davis Island Boulevard, until it reaches the perimeter of the airport. We're going to veer to the right, and the name turns into South Davis Boulevard. We'll continue this route until we reach the roundabout and travel the entire route in reverse. Now, again, we're going to take this and divide this project into 3 different phases. The first phase is from the interstate to the bridge. The second phase is the bridge itself. And the third phase is the very end, from across the bridge to the roundabout at the bottom of Davis Island and back. All right, that's about it. Okay. We're starting recording now. We're on the corner of Boren and South Hyde Park, getting the right-hand lane, far right lane. Slow down, please. Slow down. Slow down. Way slow. Way slow. Stop. Stop right here. Okay. We are now traveling south, looking north right now. This is the corner of Boren and Hyde Park, South Hyde Park. We're going to start panning around toward the, don't move, stay here. Toward the west, looking at the roadway here and the sidewalk and the bridge area. The route actually starts just south of this bridge. We're going to just start right here a little bit early. We're going to start traveling south of this area and paying attention to, slow down. Don't move yet. Start traveling south and then looking at the sidewalk, the curbing, shrubbery, signage, etc. Okay? Heading south on South Hyde Park. Nice and slow. Even slower. Even slower. The first thing we see here is a sign underneath the bridge. This is the south side of the bridge that's leaning toward the south. There's cracks in the sidewalk at the edge of the bridge. That's a good speed right there. Maybe just even a little bit slower. A little bit slower. We're coming up to our first signage here after the bridge. We're noticing there's a one-way sign. The one-way sign is leaning toward the south. I'm going to stop here for a second, please. And notice there's a Colonel Peter O'Knight house. It's a landmark. You can notice there that sidewalk has a crack in it right at the edge, and it goes a little bit to the south. Okay, continue south very slowly, please. We're noting the even slower. Right. You come here, let's stop right here for a second, please. There's right on the south side of this Colonel Peter Ornight's home. It's a historic site. There's a light pole. That light pole is leaning to the south. You see the 2-hour parking and the no parking sign, both leaning to the south also. You'll notice there's a small break in the concrete that leads up to that, on both in the back there on the west side of the driveway. But on the south side here, you see another break in the concrete. When we proceed, you're going to go even closer to the right into this bicycle lane. Right here, we're at the Bank of America bank. This is the entrance. At the entrance, you notice that the entrance has a crack in the concrete running from the street up to the sidewalk. And then on the south side, you'll also see additional cracks in the driveway. And take a quick view at the location itself. Notice that the entrance sign is dented and leaning to the north. Okay, continue south, please. As we're going south, we're noticing here there's some damage to the curbing at the bottom. Slow down, brother. Don't get in a hurry. They'll wait. Slow down. There you go. As we continue toward the south, we've just passed over Platt Street. That was the corner of Hyde Park and Platt. Slow down and stop right here, please. There's an entrance. This is 305, the Helen Gordon Davis Center for Women. You notice here at the entrance, there is a break in the corner of the driveway. There's a crack along the side, or where the driveway meets the sidewalk. And if you notice, the sidewalk on the south side has a large crack in it, and the asphalt in the entrance is damaged. Before we continue, right here below the sign where it says 2-hour parking, you notice that the curbing is damaged. Okay, continue south slowly, please. Very slow. Even slower. There you go. Good job. As we get to the center of this entrance, you notice that the sidewalk is cracking. Again, this is 305, the Helen Gordon Davis Center for Women. You see the sidewalk is damaged in several areas. On the south side of the building, notice that the exit, the sidewalk is severely damaged. We're now at 307. No damages so far. So now a little bit slower. This is Joyce E. Reeves' law office. There you go, perfect. We're now coming up to 315 Norman Hines Attorney at Law. You notice here that the sidewalk's in good condition, but if you notice, let's stop right here for a second, please. If you notice in the very front of the building, looking at the sidewalk, you'll notice there is a crack in the middle of the sidewalk in several sections. We get a little closer here. Looking at the condition of the building, you'll see the overall condition. Again, this is 315. Look closer at the steps. The steps are seem to be just cracked and damaged. If you look at the curbing is in sections, and one of the sections is pushed up. Okay, continue south slowly, please. We're now at the corner of South Hyde Park and Azale, traveling south, looking to the west. Thing looks good so far. Again, this is West Azale and South Hyde Park Avenue. So now a little bit more. Good. Stop right here, please. On the corner, looking back to the west, there's a building here, and we'll notice that the bricks at the bottom are loose. A lot of the mortar's gone. If I continue to look, you'll see the top seal is separated. The bricks, again, some more mortars loose from the middle. You notice the top is shifted. A little closer for you here. This is the top. It's like a marble top on top of the bricks, and you see the marble is shifted and been pushed up. Looks like it's been a repair here. Okay, continue south, please. Very slowly. Still traveling south. There's on the right side here, you'll see a crack in the sidewalk. A little bit farther, please. And stop here, please. Looking back to the west, toward this is like an apartment complex or something, maybe no name. Looking back at the bricks, you'll see the bottom here, how it's, the bricks are, the concrete's not in there good. You'll notice there's a break at the bottom in the sidewalk on the right side, which is the north side of this entrance. On the south side, I'm still looking west, on the south side of this entrance, you'll see cracks in the sidewalk. And again, you'll notice, if you're looking at the top sill, you see how it's separated. It's been pushed up. It's not even. As I go along, you'll notice that this sill, this is 1, 2, the third sill is broken. I'm calling it a sill. It's a marble plate on top of the bricks. It's broken. There's another break in it. Okay, continue south, please. Now coming up to Hyde Park Avenue. I don't see a name. It's a law office, architectural office. As you look to the right or to the west, you see a crack in the driveway. You'll see a crack in the curbing on the south side. You'll see a separation or a rise in the curbing on the south side. Stop right here, please. You'll notice that there is it's like old and new curbing joined together. You notice the sidewalk facing west, traveling south. The sidewalk by the tree, which is about in the center. There's 4 trees here, so it's the second tree counting from north to south. The sidewalk is pushed up. By the first tree, you'll see that there's a new section of sidewalk been added. And between the second and third tree, there is a dip in the sidewalk. Okay, continue south slowly, please. To get to the end here, this is the south side of this building. You'll notice there are severe cracks in the sidewalk and the driveway, and the gutter has a break in the north corner. The next entrance is 509 Medi Weight Loss. You'll notice severe breaking and cracking in the driveway. And at the corner, the south corner also. And get in the right lane, we're going to turn right here, please. Give me an overall view of the building. But again, if we're not going that far, just stop right here for a second, please. You're going to notice here, right in front of the Meta Weight Loss Center, 509 Hyde Park, you'll see a severe break in the sidewalk here right by the, I'm going to say the middle tree. There's 3 trees counting from north to south. First tree, second, and third. In the middle, this sidewalk has been pushed up and broken. You see the sidewalk is lifted, and again, you see the sidewalk is pushed up. Okay, continue very slowly south, please. By the third tree, you'll notice again the sidewalk is cracked. Yes, make it right here, please. We're now coming to the corner. Before we get to the corner, we're looking at this entrance here, the exit rather. There's a severe break in the asphalt and the concrete here of this driveway on the south exit. And also on the sidewalk by the corner tree is broken. You'll see, again, more broken sidewalk. We're turning right now. We're turning toward the west. This is Hyde Park and De Leon Street. Slow down and stop. Stop right here, please. This guy's got to wait for a second. Looking back again, you can see the crack in the sidewalk. I'm going to also turn around and look at the street itself. The street shows severe crack in this street, right here on the corner of Hyde Park Avenue and West De Leon. You'll see a large crack in the asphalt going out into the street. You'll also see there is a pothole in the street, probably about a foot. The other 2 holes you see there are access holes. Okay, right here in the corners, we start to go to the west. You'll notice there's a crack here in the curbing. It has a purple paint mark on it. And we're going to go ahead and start going going west, please. Noticing some minor cracks in the curbing. Slow down, please. And you look at some bricks. There's some bricks that have been put here for a border. The condition of those bricks is varied. Some are in place, a lot of them are out of place. You see a crack in the sidewalk, a crack in the sidewalk next to the steps going up. And stop here, please. And if you look at the top of the steps here, you'll notice that there is a break in the top of those steps at the landing. Again, noticing that the bricks here are not in good shape. Some are in place and a lot of them are not. Okay, continue west, please. This is an exit. You notice there's the curbing is broken. The driveway has severe damage in the middle and on the west side. The sidewalk here has a crack. Additional cracks in the curbing. The address here is 409. The next address here is 411. Let's stop here right about now. Stop, please. Okay, after 411, you look on the sidewalk and I can see over this car, there's severe damage to the sidewalk. That's apartment 411. And as I go, the next one is 413. Again, you see additional cracks here and breaks in the sidewalk. Okay, continue, please. Notice the no parking sign here is leaning, additional cracks in the sidewalk, and breaks in the curbing. On the corner here, you notice cracks in the sidewalk. This is the corner of West De Leon and South Cedar Street. Looking back, you'll again see the cracks in the asphalt and the concrete sidewalk. Minor cracks in the sidewalk. There's a yellow wall here, and the yellow wall shows cracks in it, vertical cracks. You notice that the curbing is severely broken in small pieces. Again, noticing more cracks in the vertical sidewalk and the vertical wall. Pull down a little bit, please. There you go. Pull down a little bit more, please. There you go. Noticing that crack in the wall going north. I'm going up and down. A major break in that wall also. Vertical break in the wall. More cracking in the wall. Again, you see cracking in the top of the wall here. More vertical cracks. Cracks in the sidewalk. And then severe cracks and breaks in the sidewalk. We're now in the corner of Magnolia and West DeLeon. You'll notice the severe cracks in the sidewalk. We're going to turn right here, please, and make a U-turn and come back out. This is the end of our traveling west on DeLeon. This is the corner of South Magnolia and West DeLeon. We're going to look back at this wall. Looking back at the street also, you see some minor cracking here and in the street. Pull over to your right and stop, please. And again, on this corner, you see all the breakage in the sidewalk, severe damage in the sidewalk. If you notice, probably about 25 feet or so north, you'll see the break in the wall, vertical crack in the wall, and the small break in the sidewalk. So we're going to turn around here, make a U-turn, and go back down the same street we went to and cross over Hyde Park. We're back here on the corner of Magnolia and West DeLeon. We're going to make a left turn, heading back toward the east. We'll be traveling east, looking, go ahead, you got it, looking toward the south. Slow down right here, real slow. Okay, on the corner here, you notice there's severe breaks and cracks in the asphalt at the curb. It says Edgewater. There's cracks in the curbing at the bottom. The sign is molded, but it's in good shape. Well, again, we're traveling to the east now. So let's stop right here for a second. We're going to notice here in front of this building, Edgewater. Okay. As soon as we turned in and started heading toward the east, there's a driveway. There's a big truck parked here, but you look down, this driveway is severely damaged all over. You can see where the truck tires are. The sidewalk is severely damaged, the driveway. Since this is a big building, we're going to take a quick look at it. I don't see anything to note. Okay, we're going to continue traveling east. Nice and slow. You notice some breaks in the curbing here. Additional breaks in the curbing. There's a break in the sidewalk here at the entrance of this facility. There's a sidewalk next to the building. You see it's cracked also. There's a large crack toward the east side, and the entrance here is severely cracked. All the concrete is broken all around that entrance. And the parking lot here shows some damage. You see it's holding water, and the asphalt is deteriorated. Slow down a little bit, please. Right here, you'll notice, before we get to the drain, you notice the curbing is broken. Okay, it's nice and slow. Coming up to another entrance here, I don't see any signage. The background, the number is 511, 511. You notice on the east side, the curbing is broken, right next to the mailbox. Additional curbing broken. Additional curbing broken. This is the east entrance. You notice there's some cracks in the asphalt. and breaks in the concrete curbing. Again, you'll see cracks in the sidewalk and breaks in the curbing. They're still traveling east, looking to the south. We're going to go straight, please. To get to the corner where it curves toward the south and goes to Davis Island Bridge, you'll see, again, cracks in the concrete curbing and severe damage to the asphalt. I'm going to stop here for a second, please, and look at the handrail area. You see how it's severely damaged to the top corner? And the sidewalk and curbing is damaged. Also, we may see it later, but I want to check it now since I have a chance, looking at the severe crack in the, that car going by, and right there, you'll see all the cracks in the roadway. That's curbing going around to the right or to the south, going to Davis Island. We're going to now cross over the street, continue east on West DeLeon Street. You notice here the corner, the sidewalk, the stop sign is leaning to the south. You'll note here the crack in the sidewalk in the corner on both sides. No hurry, slow down, they see us. You're going to also note that on the corner here, there are severe breaks and damage to the curbing. This is Tampa General Medical Group. It's like a parking garage, maybe what you'll see on the corner here. Again, I'm looking south. The corner has severe cracks in the sidewalk right by the fire extinguisher, additional cracks in the sidewalk, cracks in the curbing. And look at the building also. Let's stop here for a second, just to note. Looking south, again, this is the corner. This is that Tampa General building I just told you about, the parking garage. You'll see behind those trees, you'll see cracks, horizontal cracks in the wall. Horizontal cracks in the wall. Okay, we're going to continue looking down here though on the concrete. So you'll see there's leftover asphalt in the asphalt, piles of it. You can see it there behind me. Stop right here, please. There's additional, we're going to get to the entrance. It says it's 409 Bayshore Boulevard is the address. But you're going to see cracks in the sidewalk here going, as we travel toward the east, going up toward this first entrance. You notice that the no parking at any time sign is damaged and leaning to the east. Go ahead, please, slowly. You see cracks in the sidewalk here at the entrance. There's cracks, horizontal cracks where it says exit only. You see the cracks in the wall. We're coming to our next no parking sign. Right below that, you'll see cracks in the concrete and the asphalt. I'm going to stop here for a second, please, and look backwards, and you'll notice here that the asphalt is in pretty good condition. It just shows signs of wear. We're coming up to the corner now. And I think what we're going to do here is pull in to the left and park in that parking lot, please, sir. Shetlin, you hear me? Shetlin, okay. Yes, yes, correct. You see the cracks in the concrete, and you see cracks in the curbing. We're going to Holy Trinity Presbyterian Church's parking lot. This is an area I was asked to record pretty intensely. We're now looking toward the south. So you can wait for a second. We're traveling east still. We're gonna walk this little extra in of this property. Noticing the sidewalk cracked. This is the same way we were driving. I just got out and walked this last little bit so I can walk the rest of this property. Just stay right here behind me, right there. Not in the street, don't block the street, just stay behind me right there. Noticing the cracks in the curbing. Additional cracks in the curbing. We're continuing to the east. And this is the exit for this property. You'll notice here that the asphalt is very rough in this area. You'll notice that the exit sign is leaning toward the north. The curbing has a crack in the bottom. There's also a sidewalk that goes underneath this bridge, and that sidewalk is severely damaged. You can see here, looking toward the east. As I continue walking a little bit here toward the north now, this road curved. We just came down this road, this De Leon Road, and it curves and goes toward the north, and you'll see the concrete curbing is severely broken in this area. We'll continue walking north now, looking at the curbing here that is on the right side, on the east side, is severely damaged. And the sidewalk here at the very beginning is broken. We'll take a look at the bottom of the bridge. This is the west side of the bridge. We're facing north. We're going to get the rest of this as we ride out, okay? We are back here on the corner of Hyde Park Avenue South and West De Leon. We just came from west and we traveled east on this corner. We saw the Tampa General Medical Group parking garage. We're going to turn and continue walking toward the east on the left or the north side of the street. Notice here the cover of this, right next to the light pole here, is broken. Concrete cover is broken. Notice some damage to the asphalt. I'm looking north now. I'm traveling east, looking north, the north side of the road. You'll see breaks in the concrete. You'll see breaks in the concrete walkway next to the anchor for the light pole. You'll see the concrete is raised. We're going to stop here and look straight to the north at the churches. So there's a church, I don't see the name of it. If you look at the church, at the steps of the church, looking north now, again traveling to the east, you see the bottom step on the right side, or the east side is broken. You see the steps a little wider here. On the right side, or the east side, in the corner, looks like the second step up has a crack in it. You'll also notice that the wall at the door on the right side, the bottom, which is the east side, has damage. Also on the left side, which is the west side of that door, you'll see the bottom is damaged. Continuing walking toward the right, yeah, that's good, right there. Walking toward the east, looking to the north at the sidewalk and area. You notice there's a lot of breakage in the concrete in the sidewalk. More severe damage to the concrete. There's a sign here right by the load or door. That's a 5-minute load sign. Notice that sign is leaning severely toward the north, and the concrete below it is broken. Again, you'll see cracks in the asphalt and cracks in the sidewalk. You see additional cracks in the sidewalk. There's another sign here. That sidewalk is cracked at the base of the sign. The crack runs north and south. That's another 5-minute load and unload sign. But again, you see it's worn and damaged and twisted. There is, again, additional cracks in the asphalt. We'll look back here at the sidewalk. You'll see cracks in the sidewalk. There's a TECO utility pole. That pole number is 22198. It is leaning a little bit leaning to the left or to the west. There's a crack at the base of that utility pole. Additional minor cracks in the sidewalk. Crack in the sidewalk next to the church building itself, and next to this TCO meter, you'll see additional cracks in the sidewalk. Again, I'm still looking north, looking east and north. I'm traveling east. You see severe breaks in the curbing and in the sidewalk. Looking out in the street, you'll see cracks in the asphalt. Then as I get to the end of the church building itself, looking at the steps, you'll see cracks in the sidewalk. There's some new 4x4 planter guards put up. You see there's a tree ahead of me here, and the sidewalk goes around the tree, but the sidewalk has been severely broken. And the curbing has been moved by the tree. Again, you'll see a crack in the sidewalk here next to the last tree before we get to the parking lot. You see the parking lot does have damage. We're going to look at the entire parking lot in just a second. You're going to notice there are cracks in the asphalt and cracks in the curbing. There's a new section of concrete that's been added here on the east side of the entrance of the parking lot. And looking at the curbing here, you see the curbing is in good condition around this bend here, but it's cracks in the asphalt. There's a small break in the concrete curbing. Another crack in the concrete curbing. And we're getting to the end of the road where the road then turns to the north. There's a drain here on this left side or the north side. That drain is severely damaged. Going around this curve. And so we left off just now. And in this case, we're going to stop right here and go into the parking lot. This is, again, is the Holy Trinity Presbyterian Church. You notice here on the corner, this is the southeast corner. You'll notice there are cracks in the concrete curb and the concrete sidewalk on both ways. On the north side, going north, and looking back toward the west, you'll see, again, cracks in the concrete. We're going to walk back toward the church now and look at the parking lot. There's another TCO pole here, and you notice here at the bottom there's a severe crack in the corner. This is the northeast corner. Breaks in the, I'm traveling west, going back to the entrance of the parking lot. There's breaks in the sidewalk. There's an access panel here. This looks to be in good condition. Again, you see the cracks in the sidewalk. There's that 4x4s they just put in, the planters. We're now at the church parking lot again. We kind of walk around here, get an overall view of this parking lot. As I mentioned earlier, there's tar and splatter all over the concrete sidewalk. And there's a large crack here in the asphalt entrance to the parking lot. I'm going to kind of do this counterclockwise. We're going to walk toward the east first. We'll notice here as we walk towards the east, the new planter is damaged. This is the east planter. We're traveling east. There's some crack in the first parking space. And you notice the damage to that planter there. There's a garbage dumpster in the corner. In the corner, you see there's a crack in the asphalt there by the garbage dumpster. We're traveling north now. Some minor damage to the parking lot. Some cracking in the parking lot, running north and south. I want to look at this right now over here, showing the just on the outside of the parking lot. You'll notice there are cracks in the sidewalk also. We're on the east side of the parking lot, and the sidewalk is just east of that. It's where De Leon Street curves around and goes north. There's an entrance here on the east side, about the middle of the parking lot. You notice there's a break in the asphalt at the entrance, breaks in the concrete at the entrance. Still traveling north. There's a tree here on the northeast corner, and you'll see that the tree has pushed the asphalt up and it's broken severely and pushed up and around. The telephone pole on the sidewalk, you see there's a crack at the base in the sidewalk. Looking back at that tree again, you'll notice there's additional areas where that tree's pushed the asphalt up. It's been repaired before, it looks like. Again, additional cracks in the sidewalk and a break in the corner of the sidewalk. We're now at the northeast corner of the property. There's a green chain link fence. We're traveling back toward the west now, looking at the fence to the north and the parking lot itself. There's a sign that says "Sorry, no dogs allowed." That gate seems to be in poor condition. You see this rotten at the bottom. It's the planks are coming off. You see some of the planks from the fence. The north side of the parking lot shows some signs of damage. We're still traveling toward the west, looking right at the church now. We're going to turn around at the corner of the church. This is the northeast corner, and turn toward the south. Again, looking at the condition of the parking lot. Some minor damage in the parking lot, but it's in good condition. Just wear, cracks. There are some windows here at the bottom of the church, and it looks like there's concrete pedestals maybe, and below each window. And you see here that this is the first window on the counting from north to south. You see the top layer has crack in it. The second one has the same thing, has crack. The top, like a cover plate maybe. They all have that same crack at top. Take a quick look at the church itself, just to be in good condition. Don't see any real damage. If I continue walking toward the south, I'm still noticing some minor asphalt cracking and debris, but no real damage. Coming up to a yellow wall that's connected to the churchway, maybe a walkway. Again, you see that last window there and that concrete plate at the bottom. You see that crack there on top. We walked on the outside of this covering. You notice that the gutter on the north side is broken at the end. It's cracking the asphalt below. This is another entrance for the church. And you'll see there's some cracking here at the base, at the middle support arm. Cracking in the asphalt here. You see it's very hot out here. You see it's still holding water. Looking west now at the church, you see the entrance, no parking area. I notice here on the church in the first window I can see, I'm looking west at the east side of the church, and I'm noticing that first window here over the canopy. See the blinds are damaged, hanging. There's a wall here to my right, which is west. That wall encloses the air conditioning units. Walls appear to be in good condition. We're getting back now here to the entrance where we first came in. You can see again the cracks in the asphalt, the severe cracks running across the parking lot. Okay, and we're going to call it a day. Get back in the truck and continue the route. You see additional cracks in the sidewalk. There's another sign here. That sidewalk is cracked at the base of the sign. The crack runs north and south. That's another 5-minute load and unload sign. But again, you see it's worn and damaged and twisted. There is, again, additional cracks in the asphalt. We'll look back here at the sidewalk. You'll see cracks in the sidewalk. There's a TCO utility pole. That pole number is 022198. It is leaning a little bit leaning to the left or to the west. There's a crack at the base of that utility pole. Additional minor cracks in the sidewalk. Crack in the sidewalk next to the church building itself. And next to this TCO meter, you'll see additional cracks in the sidewalk. Again, I'm still looking north, looking east and north. I'm traveling east. You see severe breaks in the curbing and in the sidewalk. Looking out in the street, you'll see cracks in the asphalt. Then as I get to the end of the church building itself, looking at the steps, you'll see cracks in the sidewalk. There's some new 4x4 planter guards put up. You see there's a tree ahead of me here, and the sidewalk goes around the tree, but the sidewalk has been severely broken. And the curbing has been moved by the tree. Again, you'll see a crack in the sidewalk here next to the last tree before we get to the parking lot. You see the parking lot does have damage. We're going to look at the entire parking lot in just a second. You're going to notice there are cracks in the asphalt and cracks in the curbing. There's a new section of concrete that's been added here on the east side of the entrance of the parking lot. Again, looking at the curbing here, you see the curbing is in good condition around this bend here, but it's cracks in the asphalt. There's a small break in the concrete curbing, another crack in the concrete curbing. And we're getting to the end of the road where the road then turns to the north. There's a drain here on this left side or the north side. That drain is severely damaged. Going around this curve. And so we left off just now. And in this case, we're going to stop right here and go into the parking lot. This is, again, is the Holy Trinity Presbyterian Church. You notice here on the corner, this is the southeast corner. You'll notice there are cracks in the concrete curb and the concrete sidewalk on both ways. On the north side, going north, and looking back toward the west, you'll see, again, cracks in the concrete. We're going to walk back toward the church now and look at the parking lot. There's another Tico pole here, and you notice here at the bottom there's a severe crack in the corner. This is the northeast corner. Breaks in the, I'm traveling west, going back to the entrance of the parking lot. There's breaks in the sidewalk. There's an access panel here. This looks to be in good condition. Again, you see the cracks in the sidewalk. There's that 4x4s they just put in, the planters. We're now at the church parking lot again. We kind of walk around here, get an overall view of this parking lot. As I mentioned earlier, there's tar and splatter all over the concrete sidewalk. And there's a large crack here in the asphalt entrance to the parking lot. I'm going to kind of do this counterclockwise. We're going to walk toward the east first. We'll notice here as we walk towards the east, the new planter is damaged. This is the east planter. We're traveling east. So there's some crack in the first parking space. And you notice the damage to that planter there. There's a garbage dumpster in the corner. In the corner, you see there's a crack in the asphalt there by the garbage dumpster. We're traveling north now. Some minor damage to the parking lot. Some cracking in the parking lot, running north and south. I want to look at this right now over here, showing the just on the outside of the parking lot. You'll notice there are cracks in the sidewalk also. We're on the east side of the parking lot, and the sidewalk is just east of that. And so where DeLeon Street curves around and goes north. There's an entrance here on the east side, about the middle of the parking lot. You notice there's a break in the asphalt at the entrance, breaks in the concrete at the entrance. Still traveling north. There's a tree here on the northeast corner, and you'll see that the tree has pushed the asphalt up and it's broken severely and pushed up and around. The telephone pole on the sidewalk, you see there's a crack at the base in the sidewalk. Looking back at that tree again, you'll notice there's additional areas where that tree's pushed the asphalt up. It's been repaired before, it looks like. Again, additional cracks in the sidewalk and a break in the corner of the sidewalk. We're now at the northeast corner of the property. There's a green chain link fence. We're traveling back toward the west now, looking at the fence to the north and the parking lot itself. There's a sign that says "Sorry, no dogs allowed." That gate seems to be in poor condition. You see this rotten at the bottom. It's the planks are coming off. You'll see some of the planks from the fence. The north side of the parking lot shows some signs of damage. We're still traveling toward the west, looking right at the church now. I'm going to turn around at the corner of the church. This is the northeast corner, and turn toward the south. Again, looking at the condition of the parking lot. Some minor damage in the parking lot, but it's in good condition. Just wear, cracks. There are some windows here at the bottom of the church, and it looks like there's concrete pedestals maybe, and below each window. And you see here that this is the first window on the counting from north to south. You see the top layer has crack in it. The second one has the same thing, has crack. The top, like a cover plate maybe. They all have that same crack at top. Take a quick look at the church itself, just to be in good condition. Don't see any real damage. If I continue walking toward the south, I'm still noticing just some minor asphalt cracking and debris, but no real damage. Coming up to a yellow wall that's connected to the churchway, maybe a walkway. Again, you see that last window there and that concrete plate at the bottom, and see that crack there on top. We walked on the outside of this covering. You notice that the gutter on the north side is broken at the end. It's cracking the asphalt below. This is another entrance for the church. And you'll see there's some cracking here at the base, at the middle support arm. Cracking in the asphalt here. You see it's very hot out here. You see it's still holding water. Looking west now at the church, you see the entrance, no parking area. I notice here on the church, in the first window I can see, I'm looking west at the east side of the church, and I'm noticing that first window here over the canopy. See the blinds are damaged, hanging. There's a wall here to my right, which is west. That wall encloses the air conditioning units. Walls appears to be in good condition. We're getting back now here to the entrance we first came in. You can see again the cracks in the asphalt, the severe cracks running across the parking lot. Okay, and we're going to call it a day. Get back in the truck and continue the route. So just showing these cracks in the concrete here, the asphalt, as we get back to the truck. We're facing south now. We just came out that side road that was De Leon Street. We came out and traveled north here on South Plant Avenue. So what we're going to do now, we pulled over. We're going to look over here again to the east. This is the bridge coming off Davis Island. You'll see the severe on the corner here. You'll see severe break and cracks in the asphalt, damage to the asphalt. Going around the curve to the right or to the east. Again, you see the condominium we were looking at earlier. You can see here that there are, I'll get closer here, cracks in the curbing in this area going around the curve. As the curve goes around, there's a handicap ramp. You see there's cracks, severe cracks and breaks in the concrete. I'm looking toward the south here, southeast. Again, in the roadway, you see severe damage to the asphalt in this curve. Come right here, please. And don't let anybody come in here for a second. Just stand right here, please. So look toward the north. We're going to start walking back. The truck is in the distance there. We're heading north on South Plant Avenue. You see the severe damage here in the corner of the curbing. It's broken and it's sidewalk lifted up. Okay. You'll see cracks in the concrete sidewalk here, in the off-ramp here. Additional cracks and breaks in the curbing on the edge of this pork chop. Cracks in the entire area here in the concrete. We're going to stop here and go around the curve, heading back north. I just want to show this entire area here has severe breaks and cracks in it. So again, you see additional breaks in the curbing, breaks in the concrete. And this whole area here shows a lot of breaks and cracks in the concrete and the curbing. I'm going to head north, meet up with the truck here. We're on the corner of Verne, V-E-R-N-E Street, and South Plant Avenue. I'm going to notice here that that sign is twisted and leaning. You see damage at the bottom of that sign and cracks in the curbing. So right now, we're going to continue going north here till we get to the interstate and looking at the east side of the road. We'll come back later and look at the west side of the same road. We're at 332. It's an attorney's office. Right in front of his office here, you see there's, right just past this manhole cover, you see there's this discolored section of sidewalk, and it's got a severe break in it. There's a crack in the center. Maybe an expansion joint. But there's a crack here after this water meter on the right side, on the east side. There's a crack in the sidewalk. There's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. That sign is damaged at the bottom. And there's a Verizon cover plate here. That cover plate is has cracks around it on both corners. Now at the corner of Beach Place, South Plant Avenue and Beach Place, traveling north. Notice here in the curbing at the street, there's some damage. And also another additional damage here on the corner. We're now going to go back to the truck here. The truck is parked here at 326 Technology Training Associates. We're going to look at this area before we proceed in the truck. Noticing there is cracks in the sidewalk here in the corner. The street changes from brick to asphalt. And looking down here, you see the asphalt is severely damaged. Just 30 feet in or so. Again, you also see cracks in the curbing. Okay, we're going to get back on the truck and head north. We're now again heading back north. Slow, real slow. On South Plant Avenue. Real slow. Number 326 is this office number. We're traveling north. There's some minor damage to the sidewalk. Coming up to another, I guess, residence maybe. I don't see a number for that. But it's a peach-colored building, and there's severe damage to the entranceway sidewalk. The asphalt is damaged. You see the sidewalk is severely damaged. Slow down, somebody. Nice and slow. There you go. This next building, as we travel north, again, I see it's a law office, I believe. At the entrance, you'll notice there are cracks in the sidewalk here on the west side of this building. The office number is 306. Again, you see severe cracks in the sidewalk area, breakage in the sidewalk area. There's a meter here, and the meter is sunk down into the concrete. This sidewalk's broken severely. Coming up to the corner here of Hyde Park Place and South Plant Avenue. Again, you'll notice here that there's severe damage in the down ramp. The entire concrete area is broken. Don't be scared, man. Nice and slow. See all the concrete area broken? If you cross the street here, 304 is the office number. You see the concrete is broken. The sidewalk is broken severely. You look here at their main entrance, you notice there's cracks here at the steps going up to the office. There's breakage in the sidewalk. We're getting close right here now to the next street, which I believe is Platt, P-L-A-T-T. Go ahead and stop here, sir. You notice there's cracks in the sidewalk. In this north side of the entrance here to this office. And if you look at the corner, first of all, right by the another meter box, you see cracks in the sidewalk. You look on the corner, the bottom, right in the very corner of the curve, you see a lot of cracks, severe crackage and breakage in the sidewalk. As soon as the light turns green, we're going to continue north on Plant, P-L-A-N-T Avenue. We're at the corner now of Plant and Platt. Looking here ahead of us, we're noticing there's some cracks in the asphalt here in Plant and Platt on Platt Street. As I turn around, and look behind us, we're going to notice there is a lot of cracks in the concrete in the street itself. So when we cross the street here, looking to the east still, you notice there's a breakage in this parking lot area, in the sidewalk. Slow down some, please. Again, severe breakage in the sidewalk. We're still traveling north on Plant Street. This is the north side of this parking lot entrance. You'll see breakage in the sidewalk. The bricks are pushed up and been moved around. Behind us here, you see St. Joseph Episcopal Parish, and you'll see there's some breakage in the sidewalk. Again, we're traveling north, and we're looking toward the east. Go ahead. You're noticing the asphalt, some asphalt's on top of this bricks, some is not, but there's severe damage here. This is Cardy, C-A-R-D-Y Street. This is the entrance to the crosstown, Leroy Selmon. You notice there's severe damage to the asphalt in this area. Go to the left. Well, stay in this lane, this is cool. We're now at the end of this part of the project. We're noticing there are some cracks here in that sidewalk. We're at the end of this project. We're underneath the Leroy Selmon now. Again, this is a parking area here, and you see there's damage in the asphalt. We're now going to turn left here and go back around the corner here and do this route all over again, but on the other side of the street, looking at the opposite side of the street. Go ahead and turn, Wally. Okay, we are now here at the corner of Borein, B-R-O-R-E-I-N. Let me give you a picture of that sign. There it is. Borein and South Hyde Park. So we're going to, this is Hyde Park. We're going to turn to our left, which is south, and redo the same route again, looking at the other side of the road, which is the east side of the road. Okay, so starting here, the actual assignment starts just south of the expressway here, the Leroy Selmon Expressway, but we're going to just start a little bit farther at the corner here at this turn. So I'm going to walk this first part, return here walking toward the north, looking at the sidewalk area and the roadway curbing. Notice here on the corner there's a no left turn sign. That sign is a little bit damaged. The one-way sign up top is also a little bit damaged, but it's overall standing in good condition. To my left, or to the east, is a black chain link fence in good condition. And we're now traveling south on Hyde Park. Just a few feet in, you notice there's a crack in the sidewalk. There's another crack in the sidewalk. We're only about 50 feet from the actual corner. You notice there are some markings here, but there is a break here in this concrete. Notice the top of the fence. There's some minor damage. No major damage, anything so far. There's a 2-hour parking sign here, no overnight parking. That sign is leaning a little bit toward the west. As we get under the bridge, this is the south side of the bridge. You notice there are some breaks here in the curbing, the stone curbing. And this is where the actual project starts, right where my truck is parked here. And we're going to notice here that right at the starting point, these guys are walking, there is a severe crack in the sidewalk here, just a little bit south of the expressway, here on the east side. There's an entrance here, and it says the entrance for St. John's Episcopal Parish and Day School only. At this entrance, I'm looking east now, at this entrance, you notice that the gate itself is, the left gate or the north gate is leaning down and hitting the concrete at the bottom. You also notice there's a large crack running north and south. Then in the corner, there's another crack breaking off from that crack. On the south side, there's additional cracks here in the concrete, right in front of this this opening here for this gate. You'll notice here again, there is the gate. You see how that left side, the north side, is down at the bottom. The right side, or the south side, you'll see that the fence is severely damaged at the top. You see it's been pushed down. And the top rail is bent down completely. And at the edge here, you'll see additional cracking in the sidewalk as I hear the entrance and on the sidewalk as I continue north. What we're going to do after this is because there's a turn lane up here, I'm going to go ahead and walk the rest of this way, and we'll get in the truck and then go down farther south. So right here, just south of the interstate where we started, you'll see cracks in the concrete curbing. And then you'll notice this is the entrance to Walgreens on the left-hand side or on the east side. And you'll see that the entrance here is severely damaged as cars come in. The asphalt is broken severely, and you can see where they've gone off the asphalt and into the grassy area. As we continue to walk here toward the south. On the south side, you see also the same thing where the vehicles have gone past the asphalt into the grassy area and kind of washed it out. You can see Walgreens here to my left or to the east. You'll see there's some breakage in the sidewalk, patches in the sidewalk. The sidewalk is uneven and been lifted up. I'm going to go down to the corner here before I do. Looking here to my left or to the east, right by the Walgreens, you'll see there's a break in the sidewalk here next to this tree. Again, as I'm continuing, you're seeing some breaks here in the concrete curbing. See the Hyde Park Peter Knight Airport sign has some minor damages here on the right side, in the corner. The sign is in good condition. Some more minor breakage here in the curbing. You get close to the corner here, you see the sidewalk widens out. So before I get to the Walgreens sign here, you see there's a break in the concrete on the left side, on the east side. Close to the corner on the left side by the Walgreens sign, you see some damage to the sidewalk, cracks in the sidewalk. Additional cracks. As I'm walking around, look to my right here, right by this utility pole, you'll see there's a break here in the curbing. Right in the corner, additional cracks in the sidewalk. And now we're at the very corner. This is the corner here, right next to the Walgreens. And in this corner, you'll see there's additional cracks in the sidewalk. Okay, we're now at the corner of Hyde Park and West Platte Street. We're traveling south, looking at the east side of the road. We just left this corner earlier, and now we're crossing the actual intersection here. The first thing we see here is, stop right here just for a quick second, is a Diaco Institute of Plastic Surgery. You see the concrete is severely broken in that area. Okay, proceed slowly. Looking good. This is building number 300. If you notice here by the door, there are some severe cracks here in the concrete sidewalk by that tree, by that area. And there's also severe cracking and breakage in the sidewalk to the south of that. The entrance looks pretty good here. On the south side of the entrance, you'll notice there is some cracking in the sidewalk. Additional cracking in the sidewalk. Looking here, this next entrance here is called White Whale Strategic Marketing and Advertising. You'll notice there are severe cracks in this entrance in the asphalt and the sidewalk. We're still traveling south. And this is 316, that White Whale Marketing and Advertising. On the south side of this building's entrance here, you notice there's severe breakage in the concrete sidewalk all the way through the entrance. And then it says Hyde Park Plaza parking only. There's a larger parking lot here. Hyde Park Plaza 324. See, this opening here has severe cracks in the sidewalk at the entrance, in the curbing, and in the driveway entrance. There's a drain, water drain here that has a break in the north side. Then there's a opening here for a dumpster, and you see that the concrete there is broken severely. We continue south. This could be a residence or a building, a business, but slow down. There's some crack in the sidewalk here. You see this 326. There's no mailboxes. Notice here their gate. Looking to the east now, their gate, the second section here has a dent in the top of it. Continuing south. As we continue south past, this is a residence. You see the kiddie playground in the back. You'll notice there's some breakage in the sidewalk here next behind the 2-hour parking sign. You see the breakage in the concrete sidewalk. Get to the end of that property, you'll notice severe breakage in the driveway to the next building. I don't see a number, 334. 334 is the building, the home number. Get a closer look here. Yeah, 334. Again, this building is not inhabited. You can notice the damage to the brick pavers, to the sidewalk. The sign, the no parking sign, the 2-hour parking sign is leaning severely to the south. We're now coming up to 341. It's our injury law firm. Again, we're traveling south, looking to the east. You see here the drain on the south side and the north side is broken. The south side is much more severely damaged. The entrance to the law firm, the sidewalk is broken. The entrance concrete is broken. And the asphalt, as you look in closer, has damage. We're now coming up to the church that we just went around, the Holy Trinity Presbyterian Church. You see their north entrance here is a crack in the entrance concrete. The middle entrance, again, severe breakage in the entrance concrete. You can also see the cracks in the parking lot area. Their sign here is dented, twisted, and leading toward the west. And this is the third entrance counting from north to south. You'll see severe cracks and breaks in that sidewalk entranceway on both sides, both the north and the south side. We're going to continue up here and turn left at the corner. This is De Leon we were on earlier. Slow down a little bit, please. Right here, you notice there's some severe cracking in their sidewalk just outside the fence. Again, additional cracks in the sidewalk, breakage. That is correct, taking a left here. But notice here, close to the corner, up close to the church itself, you'll see that the sidewalk is broken all over in the back set of sidewalk and that up close to the street. You get to the corner, you see additional breaks in the sidewalk. So we're going to turn here on De Leon, turn left, going back to the east. We've already recorded all of this information on both sides of the road, and we're going to go to the corner up here and go back north. We're now here just as De Leon merges back onto the highway south from the island. And now I'm looking toward the west. You notice here there's a large tree, and that tree has broken the sidewalk severely. We are now at 341 Injury Law Firm. You notice again additional cracks and breaks in the sidewalk. Slow down a little bit, please. You'll see the breaks in the sidewalk. There's a patch in the entrance to the building. The overall look at the building real quick. It's looked to be in pretty good condition. And as soon as we can, we're going to proceed slowly and stay on this side of the road, looking at the west side of this road. Notice there's a valve cover box that's open. There's an opening here for 327 Robert Seward Speed. You see the entrance, slow down some please. The entrance to the business is severely damaged, both the concrete and the asphalt. Right in front of the building, you'll see a break in the concrete between the next building here, 333 South Plant. You see breaks in the sidewalk. You see at the drain, you see a severe break in the concrete. Again, we're traveling north, looking on the west side of Plant, P-L-A-N-T Street. You see here at a sewer storm drain, there's breaks in the sidewalk. We're coming up now to a parking garage we're passing by, and you'll see some breaks in the curbing. Additional minor cracks in the curbing. We're at the entrance here to this this facility here, and you see there's not much damage. We're now coming up to 324 Hyde Park Avenue. So you're breaking the concrete. And then there's the Orlo, O-R-L-O. You'll see the 315 is the address. See their entrance, their south entrance is severely broken. Again, that's 315. And right here, just north of the tree, you'll see a break in the sidewalk. This is their north entrance to the Orlo, O-R-L-O. There's a crack in the north corner just past the sidewalk. The next entrance here, I don't have a name yet, but it's a parking lot, and you see there's severe damage here to the sidewalk at this entrance on the south side specifically. There's some minor damage in the north side corner. Coming up to the corner now of Plant and Platt, you see there's a crack in the concrete here at the anchor for this light pole. Some additional minor breakage. And to get to the corner here, looking at the corner here on the west side, you're seeing there's a diagonal crack in the concrete sidewalk. There's also a street sign here, directional sign that is rusted, bent, leaning toward the east, and there's no sign on it at all. We're now heading across Plant and Platt. This is Platt going east and west. We're going north on Plant. Notice here that the anchor wire cover is bent on this utility pole. This utility pole is also leaning out toward the right or to the east. Get here to the UPS store. You'll notice on the corner there's a small break in the concrete sidewalk. An overall view of the store. It looks in good condition. Don't see any damage to the store itself. There are some steps that go to nowhere, and there's at the bottom of the steps you'll see there's a break in the concrete sidewalk going up to the steps. But notice here there's a Yaman store, I guess whatever that is. Notice there's some minor damage here to the curbing, and the sidewalk has some cracks in it. In the corner, the south corner. Looking at the north corner, this is the entrance to the Walgreens, the backside entrance. On the north side, you notice there's some damage to the outside curbing. Sidewalk is also broken around the utility pole. There's a section of sidewalk missing. There's some kind of a port there, a box. There's no cover to it. We're actually underneath the Selmon Expressway now. And you see there's a crack in the sidewalk here several cracks running east, west, north, and south between the expressways at the St. John's Episcopal Parish Kiddie Playground area. So we're now at the end of the north side of the project. We're going to turn around and go back over to Hyde Park and go to phase 2, which is the bridge itself. As we turn, we're looking here at the sidewalk, and at the corner here, you see where there's some severe breakage in the sidewalk in this corner. This is the corner turning left here now on Boren, Brorein, and Plant Street. We're going back to original starting point. While we're over here, you can look around, looking at this drain here is severely broken. We're traveling west, looking south now, going back to our original starting point. This isn't part of the job, but it's kind of part of the job, so I'm going to get it. You'll see the cracks in the sidewalk here, severe breakage on the sidewalk. There's a no parking sign. That parking sign is leaning to the south or to the east. You see it leaning there. And now we're back to Boren, Brorein, and South Hyde Park Avenue. This is our starting point. So we've completed the first phase of this project. We're going to now go and drive across the bridge both ways, get both sides of that, on phase 2.